delicious cupcakes is Devil's Food Cake, which is a really deep sort of chocolate, spongy, gorgeous cake. And it just goes really well with the buttercream and the chocolate and the cherry on top. Yummy. So we need to put 35 grams of cocoa in a bowl, and I've just mixed that into a paste with 65 millilitres of hot water and set that aside. And then in a mixing bowl, we just add 110 grams of self-raising flour, and then we just put a tiny bit of salt, just kind of half a teaspoon. Just mix that in there and just give it a little bit of stir. Now on the hob, I've melted 120 grams of unsalted butter. So just put that in there, and we'll just add that to a separate bowl. So just pour that in there. And we want to stir the sugar, which is 175 grams of sugar, into that butter. So we need to keep stirring that until the butter turns cold. And the reason we're putting the butter in with the sugar like this is it just gives a smoother consistency. And then to that, now it's a little bit, you can test it on your finger when you can feel it's a little bit cold. To that, we need to add our 2 eggs, which are beaten. So I've just run a fork through there and beaten them in. So just add it half at a time. So just pour that in there. And the reason we had to wait for our butter to cool down is so this doesn't curdle. But if it does curdle, just add a tiny little bit of flour. So just stir that in. And then do the same again in there. And just mix that around. And then we want to add our vanilla extract. Now for me it's really important to use vanilla extract, not essence, because this is an actual extract from vanilla. And it smells so much nicer and tastes so much nicer. We just add a bit of a splosh of that in there. Just stir it around. And then now we want to add our chocolate in there. So it is a little bit dry, so you just want to stir it for a while just to really make sure everything is mixed in together, and scrape as much out of the bowl as you can. So we just need to mix those two together so they're really kind of thick and delicious and there aren't any lumps. And then once we've done that, we need to alternate the flour and the sour cream. So it's 85 millilitres of sour cream. So just do 1 spoonful there, and then just add a bit of the flour. And just mix them both in together. And as you can see, it's going a sort of milky colour. So we just add another spoon of the sour cream. And that should be enough of that. And then add the rest of the flour. And this is the bit which is the most important bit. You just want to just test it. Test it for a lot. Rather nice. So that now is super fluffy, super delicious. And we need to add that to our cupcake cases. So these are simply ice cream cones, and they're the flat based ice cream cones. Obviously if you had the pointed ones they wouldn't stand up very well. So we need to spoon our delicious Devil's Food Cake into our cupcake cases, and you need to use a teaspoon because it's just a bit easier to get right down to the bottom. And I'm just filling them up so they're just over a half full, and it's good to be kind of fairly accurate with this. And if you don't think it's gone down, just give them a little shake, because sometimes you need to just make sure there's no air in the bottom. And once we've filled them all up, we need to put them in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes at 180 degrees. So once we've baked these in the oven, we can tell they're done because they've risen right up, and when you just touch the top of them, it feels firm. And you can also test them by putting a skewer into them, and then if it comes out clean, it means that they're done. Now I've let these cool for sort of 10 minutes to make sure that there's no heat in them whatsoever, because it's really important that there's no heat for the next stage. So in here I've mixed some butter frosting, which is one of my favourite things. It's absolutely delicious. So you need 300 grams of sieved icing sugar, 150 grams of unsalted butter, 2 tablespoons of vanilla essence, and 2.5 tablespoons of single cream. And we just mix that all in together. So we need to start making our ice cream on top of our ice cream cones. So you just need to grab a cone, and I've got this slightly smaller spoon here, and just spoon a big blob onto the top, and then another one on top of that. And then I'm going to use a knife, the back of a knife, to just smooth it round. So just smooth the edges all across. And you just want to get a kind of ice cream shape on top there. So just smooth it all over the top. And then we want to repeat that for all of them. Now I've just melted down 85 grams of chocolate, which is basically just one of those bars you can buy in the shop. And I've done that over the hob with some hot water, and I've just rested that on top. So we just drip our chocolate, which is the kind of fun bit, all over the top. Oh. And then it looks like an ice cream cone with a bit of chocolate on top. So we just drizzle them. And the fact that we've kept these ice cream cones in the fridge means that the chocolate won't separate when it cools. It will literally just cool on top. And just pour those on. And then we just want to add our cherry to the top of our ice cream cone, just like that. And there we go, our beautiful cupcake in a cone.